For you, does it feel like a full circle moment to be here tonight at the premiere of the final film?
I think I had the full circle moment when we premiered The Last Crusade, wasn't it? Because I remember Stephen simply saying, the word last is in this title for a very good reason.
And so for you to be able to return all these years later, what does it mean?
Oh, it means it's lovely, actually. It's nice not to be completely forgotten. This is a great story, a great script, a great director, great supporting cast. And of course, a star really at the height of his thing. There's a huge fandom out there, a huge public for this, and it's needed, and it'll brighten our summer at last.
I heard all the fans here today screaming your name earlier from across the street, trying to get your attention. What has their support meant to you over the years?
This is going to sound really corny. I went to my first fan convention about 25 years ago, and I thought, why am I doing this? I'm only doing this to promote this damn show. I mean, all these people, can't they get a life? I mean, all dressed up like Captain Kirk. And I went, and I listened, and slowly I realized that they do have a life. And some of them have wonderfully rich lives. And what actually the fans have done to me is changed me quite radically, because I don't think as a younger man I really like people. It is the fans who have taught me to care and actually to love my fellow man. It sounds very pompous, doesn't it?
No, I love that. That's amazing. What are you most
It is amazing.
It is. And what are you most excited for those fans to see in this film?
I haven't seen it yet. How do I know?
Are you excited to see it today?
Of course I am. I wouldn't be here otherwise. This is going to be a great movie. It will make your summer blessed. And it will redeem our film industry after the COVID years.
Definitely. And you were talking earlier about this film having a great director. Of course, it's the first one that James Mangold is directing. What was it like working with him on this film versus with Steven Spielberg on the past ones?
Look, Spielberg is one of the great innovative directors of all time. Mangold, I'm sure, would say this, that he learnt directing as much from watching Steven Spielberg as anything else. But Mangold's film, Ford versus Ferrari, was the only film that I watched 3 times before I realized that he was involved with this one. So that tells you what I think of him, in terms of his skill as a director. He's very, very good. Very good.
And with Harrison Ford, working with him over the years, what's one thing you've learned from working with him?
I watched a star grow into stardom.
I love that. For you, you are such an iconic part of this franchise, not only in the movies, but because you are the voice of the franchise, I feel like, because you're the voice of the Disneyland ride. How often do you get recognized by your voice for these films?
I actually do still get recognized. It's just enough to flatter my vanity, and yet not enough to make my life absolute hell. I'm a very lucky fellow.
Thank you so much. Have a great night tonight.
And you. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much.